DXST just sprinted 135.93% to 0.28, my people. And it did it on 595.17 million volume like the tape slam pre-workout, skipped warm-ups and chose violence at 9:30.
595 million shares at 28 cents is not a stock. That's a particle accelerator made of bad decisions and instant fills, and I'm the idiot doing a full sprint into the beam like it's a bonus round.
Jet calling himself a particle is accurate because particles have no risk plan, no impulse control, and absolutely do not respect VWAP.
It's Monday, March 09, 2026, and today's episode is a volatility buffet, DXST and PRSO as the liquidity monsters, EDSA as the higher-priced biotech runner, then tiny float oddities like CLDI and ELPW, where spreads basically become a tax code and your fill comes with a late fee.
Like and subscribe so you stop treating a gap up like a soulmate and a red candle like betrayal. We're trading levels, not writing heartbreak poetry. Your broker is not your journal.
Deliberate macro tone first. Oil is ripping. G7 emergency reserve release talk. Crude smashing through 100. That tends to spike intraday correlations, widen risk, and make the fades nastier when momentum finally runs out, because everyone's hedging with vibes.
So oil at 100 means my scalp entries get pricier and my groceries get emotional. Awesome, my stop loss has inflation adjustments now, like it's CPI-linked trauma.
Your stop loss has always had inflation. You just keep moving it farther away like it's a rent-controlled apartment you swear you'll never give up.
Practical tip disguised as prophecy. If crude is screaming and your ticker is extended, do not chase the first candle. Let it retest VWAP like a sinner crawling back to the altar. Then you choose scalp or fade, not testimony at the top.
DXST specifics, up 135.93% to 0.28, volume 595.17 million, relative volume 5.67, market cap about 11.31 million. Deliberate classic low price, high turnover behavior. Expect liquidity traps around pre-market high and VWAP with fast snapbacks that look personal.
0.28 is like trading in a kiddie pool where the lifeguard is also the shark. One market order and you're paying the spread like it's tuition at an expensive school you never applied to and still don't get accepted.
Tip number 2. Wrapped in sarcasm. If you can't read level 2 without your pulse jumping, your size is wrong, and your hotkey is not a personality trait, especially when the personality is panic buy.
Now PRSO, up 88.89% to 2.04. But the eye-opener is volume 366.36 million and relative volume 723.86. That's not attention. That's the whole internet staring unblinking like it's waiting for a halt montage.
Deliberate relative volume that high usually means a catalyst plus an options and social feedback loop. Intraday, treat $2 as the round number battlefield. If it holds above VWAP after the first pullback, momentum scalps are cleaner than buying fresh highs into exhaustion and praying to liquidity.
723 relative volume is like the market whisper screaming my name through the vents. I will not chase. I will chase a little. Somebody take my mouse hand before I speedrun a drawdown, please.
We can't take your hand, Jet. It's handcuffed to your ego. If PRSO fails reclaiming VWAP twice, stop trying to prove it. Wait for the fade setup or move on before it turns into a documentary about you.
Also, headline vibe. Nasdaq and Kraken teaming up on tokenized stock trading is a structural story that can juice sentiment in anything that smells like next-gen market plumbing. It does not mean your microcap is fundamentally different at 9:37 a.m. It means narrative risk is higher and moves can get irrational fast.
Translation: the future is tokenized, but your P&L is still analog. You still need an entry, a stop, and the humility to get punched and not swing back out of spite like you're shadow boxing the level 2.
If stocks get tokenized, does that mean my losses become NFTs? Because I've got a whole collection already, rare, curse, and not liquid like art you can only sell to your own regret.
Yes, and they're all one of one because nobody else wants them.
Deliberate. EDSA, up 109.30% to 6.52, volume 32.19 million, relative volume 1.60. This is the more tradable type of mover, pricey enough for cleaner prints, liquid enough for levels, but still biotech, so headline sensitivity is very real and very rude.
652 movers are where discipline can actually cash a check. If it gaps and holds VWAP, you stalk the continuation. If it gaps and instantly loses VWAP, you don't hope. You hunt the failed move like it owes you rent.
EDSA at $6 means I can use a normal share size without accidentally becoming the float. I said normal, I did not say responsible or emotionally stable.
The difference between normal and responsible is usually one revenge trade. Ask your history dated February 17, 2026.
I actually just pulled that log in my head, and that reference is unpleasantly specific. General rule, if you're down early, your best edge is not getting it back, it's reducing variance. Smaller size, fewer clicks, higher selectivity, less main character energy.
CLDI next, up 125.32% to 0.3607, but volume is only 4.63 million, while relative volume is 86.17. That's the thin room, loud music setup, halt vibes, air pockets and spreads that slap you awake like cold espresso.
Thin room, loud music is literally how I got trapped by my neighbor's crypto monologue for 40 minutes. Can we please not do that with CLDI at the open? My therapist charges per candle.
You will absolutely do that with CLDI at the open, because your discipline is a seasonal allergy. If you insist, use limit orders and accept you might miss it. Missing is cheaper than slippage therapy and it's deductible in peace.
Deliberate ANTX, up 89.17% to 2.85, volume 6.98 million, relative volume 26.01. This sits between PRSO mania and CLDI thinness, good for structured plays like opening range breakouts with a clean invalidation under VWAP, no improvisational suffering.
I love that. If ANTX breaks and holds, ride it with partials. If it breaks and instantly snaps back, that's your liquidity trap. Do not average down like you're asking to speak to the markets manager and filing a complaint about gravity.
Negotiating with the markets manager is my whole brand. Also, I just realized I haven't blinked since DXST came up. My eyes are in a margin call and the interest rate is panic.
Blink twice if you're about to hit buy at the top. CCHH and ELPW are the don't get cute corner. CCHH up 110.12% to 0.6236 and ELPW up 109.95% to 0.045 with a 1.6 million market cap. That's a trapdoor price with a welcome mat.
ELPW at 4.5 cents is where fills can look fine, and then your realized P&L tells a horror story. If spreads widen or prints get sporadic, the correct trade is no trade. Discipline is the only liquidity you control.
Quick tournament check-in, because I want competition in my life that isn't just me fighting my own impulses. The Breakout tournament, elevator division, registration is open. 4 out of 200 are in. Prize pool is 1,750 with 1,000 for first, 500 for second, 250 for third.
Deliberate registration ends March 12th, so from today that's 3 days remaining. It starts March 16th, which is 7 days away. Session hours are 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. ET, intraday only, and you must be flat by 4 p.m. ET. 3 violations triggers suspension, and minus 1,000 cumulative removes you.
3 violations and I'm suspended is the most personal rule I've ever heard. Register at Dayrade.com. Entry is free with the coupon code DYRDBRKT because I am not paying $9 to get publicly humbled on a leaderboard. My shame is already free floating.
Lightning round time. Keep it short so Jet doesn't place an imaginary trade mid-sentence. Give me DXST, PRSO, EDSA, CLDI, ANTX. What's the plan?
DXST, I'm only taking VWAP reclaim scalps with tiny size because it can rug pull faster than my attention span. PRSO, $2 hold equals momentum scalp, $2 fail equals quick fade attempt with a hard stop. CLDI, limit orders only, and if spreads get disgusting, I'm out. No hero stuff, no cape, no obituary.
EDSA, I'm watching gap behavior hold above VWAP after the first pullback favors continuation into prior highs. Lose VWAP early suggests mean reversion back toward the open. ANTX, opening range breakout is viable given relative volume, but I'm bailing immediately on a reclaim fail at VWAP because the tape is still headline-driven today and sentiment is jumpy.
My lightning, PRSO is the main event. Trade the $2 battlefield with discipline and partials. DXST is a scalp vehicle only, no long sermons. EDSA is the cleaner trend candidate if it respects VWAP. CLDI and ELPW are only if you can behave names. Oil at 100 means everybody's emotions are flammable. Be the calm one and let the market pay you for patience instead of charging you for panic.